Yo, how are we doing today, guys? We have finally the Devil in Me review. This game came out on the 18th. This is like a whole 10 days later. I'm sorry, I've been sick. I should have got to it then instead of waiting because I waited a few days and I got sick, and now here we are. But this is not going to be a long video, believe it or not. And I'm going to start off with everything right off the bat. No, I don't think this is better than the Corey. Two, this is not the weakest link in the Dark Pictures anthology. Man of Medan is. And three, I give this game a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10. I'm going to tell you why. I'm not about to explain why Man of Medan is the worst in the series. I'm not going to lie to you. Man of Medan was just, I didn't care for it at all. I'm going to be honest. I put the Corey over the Devil in Me because of just the writing, the storytelling, the characters, the plot. People still think the Corey has plot holes, and every time I kind of, you can have your opinion, but every time I kind of ask people why, they don't really have much to say. The twist in the Corey too. I'm sorry, more than there's like one of many twists in the Corey that just made the game super interesting and kept me engaged. Like it was just like it was an experience. You just had to be there. The Devil in Me didn't do that for me, but it was a good game. Now, my I'm gonna start talking about my issues with the game and things that I liked about it. It was a decent cast. I wasn't as invested in them as I thought I would be. I thought I would relate more to them than I did, but I really didn't relate to them that much. I went in loving Mark. I came out of the game loving Kate and Jamie. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mark, by the time I was done with the game, I was done with Mark, bro. I just wasn't invested in his character. He made questionable decisions that just blew my mind. But at the same time, I don't know. Kate and Aaron, or not Aaron, Kate and Jamie are the ones I actually did like leaving this game. Now, when they did promote this game, they did kind of talk about how they took inspiration from movies like Saw. I think they mentioned The Shining and a few other things. And let's talk about Saw for a second. You can tell in the trailer, in the multiple trailers that we get in the game, it's it's heavily inspired by Jigsaw. And I like that they made this. They kind of did make it like that in a way, but I'm gonna spoil things in this trailer or in this video. But I gotta say this: there are certain times where characters or we're faced with the hard decision, and like, how do I explain this, bro? I'm not gonna clip this. This is just like my raw thoughts. We're faced with the harsh reality that we're probably not going to be able to save everybody. Like, it's actually kind of hard to save everybody in the game. If you say otherwise, hey, I'm glad you got to save everybody. But I love the traps that they did have in this game. The only person who died that I ended the game with was Charlie, I believe. I believe Charlie. Charlie got burnt. He got barbecued, okay? Hey, it's fine though. I didn't really like Charlie. But my issue with the Jigsaw traps is that our characters, for some weird ass reason, put themselves in these predicaments. And I thought going into the game, they were going to lean more into the Jigsaw aspect. I didn't know that our characters were going to be as dumb as they were. I'm sorry. Aaron is a dumb character. I'm not going to lie to you. That's the main reason why, one, I did not want to save her after a while, and two, I just don't like her character. She actually, I don't know, she was extremely dumb. I'm not going to lie to you. And the fact that there's literally a point in this movie, or I'm sorry, it feels like a movie. There's a point in this game where they know something fishy is up, but they start just making the dumbest decisions I've ever seen. Like leading into the point where she wanders into a room, not knowing what it is. The door locks behind her, and she's one of the first victims of one of the traps that they set. It's I was actually like really upset by that. What I wanted Supermassive Games to do was to lean more into the Jigsaw aspect and let us decide if we wander into a trap or not. I was expecting this whole hotel to be booby trapped to where even walking, the fact that we can do things like run more, climb things, engage with things more in our environment. I wanted them to lean more into the jigsaw aspect of it and pretty much let us, like I said, wander into the traps to where we got to be careful where we're running, walking. we really got to inspect and be super cautious. But every trap that we run into comes with pretty much a cutscene. That's what was disappointing to me. I really wanted this hotel to be booby trapped. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted this to feel like a maze. Like it only comes with like all the traps pretty much come within the cutscenes. After the cutscenes, then you make your decision. I'm not gonna lie, it had a lot of potential, and it kind of was a letdown, man. I love the Saw franchise. I really wanted them to dive deep. I wanted this to feel like a Jigsaw movie or The Collector. Like I wanted to be worried, like I'm scared to fucking move. Like that's kind of what I wanted it to be like. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all, but yeah, yeah. It's fine though. I still did like the story, but it had a lot of potential, and I kind of felt like they kind of dropped the ball on that. The other thing I will say is when I started the game, my biggest issue too was the pacing of the game. But these are cinematic experiences. This felt like a movie. We had like 21 people in the chat. We were into this thing 100%. It was fun. It felt like movie night. And at first in the beginning of the game, I'm like, this pacing's kind of off, but the pacing's actually pretty good. It's kind of, I'm not even gonna call this a slow burner. People expect chaos from beginning to end. The pacing was decent to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was kind of uneventful at times, but the pacing was still good, if that makes sense. That's why I also wanted them to lean more into the jigsaw aspect of things, because there's a good amount of downtime where you're just kind of exploring in the game. There's a few good jump scares in the game. They are good. But man, I wanted to be changing my underwear, bro. I wanted to be that kind of scared to where I had to get an extra pair of boxers, bro. But yeah, yeah, that kind of just something I thought about now. Like the pacing was good, but there's downtime to where I really wish the walking and exploring we did came with having to be cautious about booby traps and wandering into a trap ourselves. But I'm done with that situation. It's fine. The other thing I'll say, I don't know what happened with editing, bro. I don't know what happened with editing, but there are certain times in this game where a cutscene happens, and in between, like you for some reason there's loading screens in between cutscenes. It's kind of weird. But there's times where in between cutscenes, the killer's just right off the bat on my ass, bro. Literally. There was a part of the game where I'm on the roof and I jump off the roof. I'm like, okay, we got away. No, this motherfucker is right behind me. Where did you come from? Where did you come from? Because I'm curious. I want to know. Where did you come from? And you could say, hey, it's just a video game, yada, yada, yada. I understand that. I give freebies to movies and games all the time. If you don't know what a freebie is, that's what I call it. When something dumb happens in the game or a movie, but you're like, okay, we got to give them a pass. Things like that happen. It happens in crazy movies. I bring this up all the time. In the Batman, a bomb literally blew up in his face, but he didn't have a scratch on him. It's a comic book movie. Give it a freebie. But there literally are like three occasions to where, okay, I'm away from the killer out of nowhere. He's hello, like he's right there, and it's like I don't know if that's an issue with the editing. Did I miss a part in between when I got away and when he was chasing me? I don't really know. I don't know if it's an editing thing. I don't know if they meant to do that. They're trying to give this like Jason Voorhees kind of vibe to him. But yeah, yeah, I was kind of frustrated with that. It was like funny, but I was kind of laughing at it. But it was, I don't know, bro. I don't want to get too much into it because I'll start ranting. And then another thing I do want to talk about is the ending. Not only in a subscriber or a viewer, a few viewers pointed this out to me at the end of the game. He takes like a blade or something to the chest, or what was it? It was like the propeller or something on the boat. He takes it to the chest or something to the chest. They throw him overboard. All you see is blood mixed up in the water. So I'm like, okay, they shredded this dude. Part of that boat shredded him. Whether it was his face, his chest, his arm, yada yada yada. Spoiler alert: he's not dead. He's alive at the end of the game. Would not a scratch on him, I don't think. Maybe somebody can help me out in the comments, but that bothered me. Why do we just I don't mind him being alive, but why did you make it seem as if this man is like torn to shreds possibly? Just for him to be like unscratched at the end of the game. I kind of found that weird. Um I kind of found that weird. I don't mind him being alive, just don't set it up in that way. It was kind of weird. It gave me Jason Voorhees vibes. A lot of people watching, the viewers were like, "Oh, they're trying to make him like Jason." I don't care what you do, but honestly, I I don't know, bro. I don't know. It was kind of weird. The ending was weird. I don't know how he's alive unscratched. And then it's funny too, like there are times with this is a regular man, by the way, or at least I thought. Is he a supernatural being? Is that why he's alive at the end of the game? I thought he was a man. I thought he was just a copycat of the the H.H. Holmes serial killer. But honestly, too, there are times where he does not have a weapon. He's unarmed, and there's three of them encountering this man, and they don't decide to jump him, even without Mark. At a certain point, there's Aaron, Kate, and Jamie literally standing toe to toe with this man, and they don't decide to jump him. There's times where Mark is there, they don't decide to jump him. Then what are y'all doing? These characters are not that smart, bro. It made for good entertainment. I did like it, but at the same time, I'm like, why are y'all not like fighting this man? Like, square up. What are y'all doing? And even then, bro, I'm thinking about this just now. Why didn't he kill Mark? There's a part in the game where the killer literally was in the same room as Mark. He decides to beat the hell out of him, hide, and wait until the girls come in. I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions about this game. They made a lot of questionable decisions, and I'm talking about the characters, but even then with the killer, he wasn't. I don't know, man. I'm kind of. I don't know. I still give this game like a 6.5 to a 7, but I don't know. I did enjoy it though. I don't want this to seem like I'm shitting on the game. I'm not. I'm definitely not. But the characters were dumb. The ending kind of felt. I just wasn't satisfied with the ending, and I wish they would have leaned more into the jigsaw aspect of this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was kind of a letdown, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's more like a little honest review. I don't like to edit and clip these. I liked it to be my raw review. It was cool. More like a rant. I really wanted to do this on stream, but I wanted to do it as a video. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Super. I'm not gonna talk about the post credit scene either. I'll talk about that a different time. Actually, I'll talk about it now. No, I'm not going to talk about it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to end this video here, though, man. I hope you guys had a good time listening to me, and I'm going to see y'all next time.